to your Scorpio inspired yoga practice. So the Scorpio is a water sign, and the energies of Scorpio are transformation. So as you go through your practice here today, maybe trying to connect with ways in which you transform yourself to become the highest possible version of who you are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our back here for this practice. So whatever you do to get there, go ahead and lie flat on your back. And we're going to start with some breath work here, okay? So your knees are bent and your feet are flat. And we're just going to inhale and lift our hands up overhead. And as we do that, we're lifting our hips too. We're coming into a bridge with our breath here today. And exhale to lower. Okay, a couple more of these. Inhale as we lift our hands up overhead and lift our hips high to the sky, feeling strong in our core and our glutes. And exhale to lower. Really having fun here today with this practice. Inhale, lifting our hands overhead, and exhale to lower. Okay, we're going to stretch our legs out here now, and then take your right leg and interlace your hands around your shin, and we're just going to open up our hips here. So a lot of our emotion gets stored in our hips, so with this water signs, we're just going to open that up, and today we're going to have fun with it. So rolling one direction, and then the other. And then letting that right leg fall. And then take your left leg up, bring it towards your chest, and we'll do the same thing here. So opening up your left hip, some circles in one direction. And the other. Amazing. So now we're going to come into a tabletop pose to move into some cat-cows. Okay, so we're going to come to our hands and our knees, and our shoulders are stacked over our wrists, and our knees are stacked over or under our hips. And we're just going to move into some cat-cows. So lifting the heart space here as we inhale, and then exhale to curl the spine. Bring the belly button to touch the spine there, or intending to, and then inhale as you lift your gaze. So you can have some fun with the cat-cow too. You can bring some movement as you lift, maybe rolling your hips as you get into this cat-cow shape, or maybe you just do a traditional cat-cow, allowing your body to move as it's calling you to. Moving the hips if you feel called to, and rolling, having fun with that shape. And then we're going to recenter here, and we're going to roll out our hips again, but from this position. So kicking our right leg back, and then bring it up, bend at the knee, and then bring the knee out and in. So just little circles here, opening up that one side. And then the opposite direction, so your knee will go out, back, and then your knees come to kiss at the center. Out, back, and to the center. Now dropping the right leg gently to your mat, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg's coming out to the back, lifting up, bending at the knee, and then coming into the center and out to the side, making some circles. Nice and strong here with our upper body also, trying not to sink in here. And then the circles come the opposite direction. Great. So now what we're going to do is warm up our bodies with a sun salutation. So let's meet at the top of our mat. And we'll take a big inhale. Hands are reaching up high to the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, coming back to the earth into a plank pose. From plank, we're going to lower down to our bellies so we can come to our knees first and lower our chest down. And then inhale to lift into your cobra. Exhale, curling the toes, shooting the hips back into a downward facing dog. So we can play around with our down dog here, bringing some movement by pedaling out your feet, or maybe finding some stillness here in this shape if that's what your body's asking for. And then looking to the front of your mat, step, hop, or jump to get there, and we'll do one more of those. So inhale, lifting up high to the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands come to the earth, plank pose. We're going to lower down again, perhaps from the knees, all the way down, and then lifting into that cobra shape. Last time here into our downward facing dog. Pedaling out, having some fun here. Bringing some movement. Okay, so from our downward facing dog, taking our right foot high up to the sky and then slowly bringing it to come next to our right hand. And then slowly coming up here into a low lunge. And we're going to bring our arms out into cactus pose here. So really opening up that chest and then exhale to close it. So we'll take a few breaths here, feeling that energy of emotion just run through us. Opening up our heart space. Amazing. Now we're going to sink into the low lunge, and our hands are facing the earth. We're more in like a runner's lunge here, and we're going to play with going from runner's lunge and lifting up into a high lunge. So coming forward, a little bit of a dance, and then inhale to lift. Exhale as we lower, and inhale to rise. A couple more of these here. Amazing. So now you're going to take your two hands, reach the earth, bring that right leg back in the downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side now. So our left leg is reaching up high to the sky and then slowly coming in here to connect beside our left hand. Up into that cactus pose. We'll take a few breaths, opening up our heart, feeling all those emotions moving through our body. Inhaling as we open and exhaling as we close. Great. Now we're going to lean into that runner's lunge. So coming over on the balls of our right foot, hands facing the earth, and then we'll come into that dance. So leaning forward and then lifting up. Really having fun here, feeling all the energy move through our body as we go from one shape to the other. Last one here. Inhale to lift and exhale, folding over. Left leg will come back now. Lift our hips back just for a moment here. Kicking that right leg up to the sky, and then we're going to bring it in to come into pigeon pose. So you're going to let your back leg stretch out. Your front leg is in front of you, and you're going to just lean over into this shape. So maybe you have a pillow or a blanket, or maybe you just rest on your fists, just feeling that stretch in your hip, your right side. Allowing all the feelings to move through your body. Connecting with your breath. Now slowly coming out of this shape here. Bringing that right leg back into the downward dog for just a moment, and then the left leg will shoot up high to the sky, and we'll come into pigeon on the other side. So now our left leg is in front of us, and the right leg stretched behind, leaning into this pigeon shape, feeling that stretch on your left hip. And then we'll come swing that right leg around. We'll come back to our backs here. And we'll come into a figure 4 shape. So your right leg is going to cross over your left leg. Your left foot is planted on the earth. Right leg's coming across. Hands are going to reach in behind that left leg and just bring that left leg a little bit closer to you. Feeling your right hip here a stretch. Gently lowering now your left foot, and we'll do the figure 4 on the opposite side. So our right foot is down, left leg's crossing over, interlacing our fingers around our right thigh, and feeling a stretch now on the opposite hip. And then dropping those 2 legs down. And we'll give ourselves a big full body stretch here. And then curling up into a ball and giving yourself a hug, giving your inner child a big hug, saying something very kind to your inner child right now. And then let that all go. And just taking a moment here in your final resting pose. Feeling the movement of the energies in your body right now. Noticing the flow, just like the water flows, so does the energy in your body, allowing that to move through you. And if you're ready, we'll bring some movement back to our fingers and our toes. And then roll over onto one side into a fetal position, and just taking another moment here. And now using your hand to push yourself up, and when in a seated position, and bringing your hands to your heart center. Namaste.